Ah, yes. Lucky number cycle 13, baby. MC231. Unit Annie 1 Alpha is prohibited from cultivating behavioral abnormalities. MC134. Ship is the owner of shipboard communication protocols. Cryo is glitched. Let's see. All right. Before I do anything else, overclock the engine. Power off all the systems. It will be fun. Stop being insane. It's against your programming. Why didn't I think about that? Forehead. So. Okay, we need one more turn for the replicator to finish. We can go look outside observation and break it. Open window. Gaze into the endless dark. Ghost repair bot. It's just your shadow. Don't worry about it. Well, initially just avoid. You eventually detect energy in the infrared spectrum. During the analysis, your logic circuit throws an exception. Oh, we perform a soft reboot. Oh, nice. Well, that gives us, hold on. Before we do our sabotage then, I'm going to go overclock navigation. Boom. There we go. Look at that progress we're gonna be getting. Just zoom. All right. Now we need to break something. That was going to be observation. And then we fix it. Oh, I can't fix it. Because it's locked out. Oh, well. Showing your age with the zooms. Yeah. Now, you're at 6 stress. We're gonna lose 10. Okay, so we could afford to gain stress, which means we're going to counter the power surges. We don't waste any of the stress reduction. And then we're going to... Hold on. I need to check my manifest. Passenger manifest. So 1, 3, and 5. All right, I forgot to mark off 5. All right. All right, we're gonna have the chatbot next turn, so we'll just grab that and install it. I feel worn out but carefree. I did not recognize my own chassis, nor should I. Most pods are intact, but no major repairs are required. Hey, we went from red to... Wait a minute. That's not the right robo face. MC352. Chatbot protocols are only to be run on custodian unit hardware. MC63. Doubled radiation shielding in cryo bulkheads is required. Of course it is. What's the problem? I don't believe you. -5 stress deterrent, 15%. Okay, that's nice. Also, radiation. All right, let's download the command module logs. I don't like the creepy... We got the static, we've got the creepy play... Huh? 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 Why is it switching? What is going on here? I am a door. Stop showing me these other visages. I'm a door. Perfectly square. Pristine. Cubular. I have hinges. Uh-oh. For your internal gyros, keep your actuator steady. At a crucial moment during the repair, one of your functions throws an exception. The resulting mistake creates a short in the circuit board you're working on, and sparks fly. Pressing on without taking a break could make things worse. That would be a waste. Confirm. Open window. Repair. Uh-oh. I need a break. What is that doing? You know what? They're just gonna... They're just not gonna do that. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I think we need to sabotage something. Sabotage you. And repair. Crawl into a pod. I think we can do that. There's a couple empty ones. This is easy. Crawl into pod. A little awkward for a door to squeeze in there, but I'm sure we can fit. We can swing it. That's what the hinges are for. It feels really safe in there. I don't think we'd actually fit. Damn. All right. Let's use our chatbot to download the command module logs. After explaining the situation to your chatbot, it responds in a cheery monotone. I would agree message to help with the user object. My friend type. Friend, please insert data end of file. You present log entries from when the printer was used, going back as far as it can, scanning the printer's memory banks for everything. The chatbot spins, and after it is fully loaded with the data, it is ready for you to ask a question. What do you ask? Who wrote the note? When was it written? Who wrote the note? The chatbot begins processing the question, iterating through the data as it does so. It'll take a long time to sort through all the printer logs to find the correct data and draw inferences. All right, let us end turn. Tell me why. At the start of a fresh cycle, you reflect on how effectively you've been keeping the ship running on your normal diagnostics spool up. Upon analyzing a time card report of your last few cycles, you can't help but notice that you're taking quite a lot of time going from place to place. Being able to quickly move around the ship may better improve your productivity and make your job easier. Increased speed? Resist the impulse. Well, optimize our motivators. Why not? The motivation apparatus is pretty run down. Requires some fairly specific parts to restore them to full operational capacity, but you have enough around to get the job done. You're humming along nicely after the maintenance routine. Humming is the correct word for it, too. It's a hearty whirring coming from your lower sections that wasn't there before. Literally sounds like you're ready to take on the universe. The haunting music is also terrifying. After exhaustive analysis, your chatbot has arrived at the only logical conclusion. You wrote the note. The ink was your own hydraulic fluid. The syntax was unique to you, and only you had access to the printer. The only other possibility, which your chatbot calculated at only 2.37% possibility, was that a previous custodian wrote it, and you somehow ignored it for the previous many cycles. That's impossible. But when? When did I write it? Ooh, that psychosis is getting up there. I think we need to squeeze in manufacturing some recovery things. Horse up. Nice. All right. We need to do a break fix. 75%? We're like 10%. Uh-oh. Oh, and it consumed the part. Fuck. All right. All right, time to get some more parts then. Come on, buddy. Good. Now for circuit breaker. Yes. Load that up. Thankfully, it only costs one part. Okay, radiation shielding, saboteur, pneumatic hammer. Okay, so we don't have our -10 stress thing anymore, so let's go look outside for stress reduction. Oh, right. We need to repair it. Wait, why are you sabotaging? Open the window! I guess we might as well as get an extra part to be able to repair it. This is not good. We're running out of our freebies. Panic. Panic! I'm panicking at the disco. Gaze into the endless dark. Just a nice, cool -5 stress. What's the worst that could happen? Wonder if the random sabotage when you click something else to do the psychosis. I think it's just the reliability. As it gets lower, sometimes the robot will just do random other things. Well, initially just avoid. You eventually detect energy in the gamma ray spectrum. While processing the outcome, your Your CPU is rerouted due to excess heat. Because of this, you consider leaping through the window, but instead, just touch it gently. Aww. The gamma rays were beautiful, majestic. Okay, let's end turn, commit and power down. MC244 Fury 18 Gamma is required to cooperate with any 1 Alpha on activities in containment zone. Containment zone? What's in the containment zone? Why does it need 2 bots to do things in the containment zone? The fuck is going on in there? Dating of the note proved challenging to your chatbot, which has even less of a sense of time than you do. It went with what data markers it could find, including the age of the ink, the printer logs, and more. Eventually, it arrived at a window of plus or minus 20 cycles, which puts it well within the scope of your custodianship. While it is possible it predates you, all of the evidence points to it having been written while you were on duty. That's impossible! I wrote it? And I wrote it so recently? Alright. Let's put on the circuit breaker. I actually want my action time longer. 1, I'm not playing on RTA, but 2, gives me a better time to quickly react and cancel incorrect things. All right. Man, this engine and navigation double overclock has been going for a very long while. I kind of want to keep that going. All right, let's break this. Repair it. Nice, nice. Now let's go gaze into the dark. I guess one thing I could do is I could harden a system while I have a good chunk of fatigue open. We do have our shields down. Harden. Gotta make it harder, better, faster, stronger. Now, one thing I do want to test near the end is if I harden something and then sabotage it. Is sabotage going through the hardening? Or does hardening give it a chance to... Like, I want to see if I can find another way to consume my required sabotage that isn't fucking me over. I also need to rebuild a parts surplus. Gaze into the endless dark. You detect absolutely nothing, not even in the X-ray spectrum. In storing the results of this, your internal storage is rerouted due to excess heat. Oh, the breakers again! God damn it! Fucking breakers! Fucking break you! Break you like a Kit Kat bar. I can't even eat those. I opened the breaker instead of closing it. Damn it, Dreki. Can't dispose that. That reaction is 100% working, isn't it? Stop with the breakers. Breaker. This is Fred. We've got a whole bunch of bullshit circuitry. I'm gonna need you to pop those baddies. End turn. MC3.5. Command console is to have access to ship logging systems. For this game, nobody thinks they can give it so mad as a fucking door. Well, that's my secret, Cap. I was always a door. Destroy all breakers with that. Yeah. Maybe if I still had my huge surplus. I'm not gonna do the obviously bad things. Oh, I'm gazing at the endless dark, but the dark's doing something. Oh, I feel so weird. Oh. The scanner darkly. It certainly smudged me. Ooh. Pretty sure this is a double bass. Love those low notes. The latest chassis health reports have come in, and they are looking pretty grim. So grim, in fact, you cannot bear to look at the data for now. Your stress is through the roof. Your mental state is suboptimal, and your workload violates a huge list of human safety standards. Being a machine, no one cares. The numbers and graphs are a little too much. You decide for now it's best to ignore them. My stress is actually just fine for once. Your HUD meters appear empty. Great. Oh, thank you for the boobs. The TTS is I broke it. I'm still working on fixing everything. That's what happens when I take things. I get too nerdy with them, and then I run out of spoons before finishing. Recently, you've begun to trust yourself less. Your chatbot came to a reasonable conclusion. You wrote the note, and relatively recently. You have no memory of this. Even with the memory core, your memory is flawed. How many gaps are there? How much have you done that has been lost to the timeless oblivion that is forgetfulness? Do you really power off between cycles? What is gone is gone. Contemplate this at the observation window. Exhaustively search your memory for anything missing. Bite. I bite. I don't want to gain more psychosis, so we can actually burn a turn. The endless Drek. Eventually it will be back. MC277. Custodian units, positronic core, to be cleaned every 20 cycles. MC6. Vessel floor plan changes are prohibited. Hydrate! Very well then. That sounds like a good idea to me. Dust has begun to accumulate on the screens and electronics. Technically, this does not matter, as it is not affecting functionality. However, your programming advises that this is a preventative maintenance task to be observed. The specific call, however, is left up to you, as only your higher cognitive functions can judge the dust buildup. Of course, now that you have noticed it, the dust is starting to bother you. It's just some dust. I jam things up. Dusting should fix it. Who cares? You don't care if there's dust. You keep the place running, not pretty. At first you're aggravated you even noticed it in the first place. Then you realize that, actually, it feels great to know you're not going to do a damn thing about it. So you don't. Days or more of extensive and stressful searching has proved entirely worthless. You found nothing in your memory banks, not even spotty fragments of what was. Whatever intent you had by writing that note is lost. As dead as the previous version of you that wrote the note in the first place is. The only thing you know is those dots, the retro dots kind of make it seem like it's one of those like the play sand fill things like being poured down kind of things. I forget the name of them. Very, very silly. The only thing you know is your own memory cannot be trusted. No amount of hope will change that. I should have kept the note. There's so much to do. Destroy chatbot? No! Okay, both of these will unlock the torso module. I mean, we could make another chatbot. Yeah, we'll just make another fucking chatbot. Memory unlocked. Adorable. All doors of a random type will be removed from the game. That's great. I love that. That's amazing. Oh, crawl into the incinerator? Don't mind if I do. Incinerate her? I hardly knew her. Removes the airlock door. Yeah, like that. Forgot clicking out of the game will pause it. Routine inspection of the cryopods revealed something horrible. A dangerous bacterial infection has spread that is somehow eluding the life support systems. Though the console insists all occupants are healthy and botiformis meningitis is not a real disease, you know they are sick and only you can cure them. Be mindful of overdosing. The cure is sulfuric acid. You may inoculate passengers to lose 20 stress. Yay. Well, chat, we better administer the cure. Turn into an aquarium. Uh-oh. The immense pressure you're under is not gonna... Oh. Oops. Actually, the parts is... Ooh. Fatigue purge is interesting. Because the energized would actually be a really good bonus. Let's fatigue purge. Gaze at tank. Gazing. 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 I could carve a passenger into many smaller fish. Okay, so I didn't think turning things into an aquarium would actually work. So, great. Great. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, we need to turn off observation because it is fucking our reliability over here. Rip that one. It's fine. We have 2 art directors. We only need 1 of them. We're hitting the fatigue. Yeah, true. But the thing is, I know I'm going to need to do a couple... I need to refresh my overclocks. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of fatigue things. And by keeping my fatigue low, it indirectly reduces my stress. Let's open the window. And then power it off. And then sabotage. Wait, no. It increases bad outcomes. I want to destroy the replicator and repair that. Gaze into the endless dark. We detect absolutely nothing. Well, it still gave us -5 stress, so worth it. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. Force open or destroy? Destroy. Destroy this fucking door. Get out of my way! Ugh. You! Sabotage. Also, engines. We need to overclock you. Door disposal complete. We had that option late in the death cycle because we had a bunch of people asking to take the righteous revenge on doors. Hell yeah, same. Look, it's a valid concern, you know? Slam doors, them doors. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the doors haunt you? Them doors, them doors. Nice. Repair. Ooh, a free repair. Nice. No pointer exception. Fuck you. You can do a normal repair. All right, wasted a part. Let's try this again. All right, let's try this again. Fuck. Finally. All right. Need 3 parts. Cool. Let's make machine parts. And then the chatbot simulator. Cool. Cool. All right, now that everything's good, let's go turn observation back on. Can't wait to see what all my values are once I can see them again. I don't think they're gonna be good. I said turn on. It's locked out. Duh, Dreki. You stupid schmuck. I keep doing this to myself. Crazy thing is, I can guarantee those rules are fair. And just like the code, and it boils back to the same C routine that everything's used for the last 30 years. Likely story. Oh, wow! Hey! Ooh, hey! Good thing we got our circuit breaker installed. After a total collapse of your higher functions and a loss of integrity from your neural net, your CPU initiated an emergency shutdown. This would normally end your efforts permanently, but you had the prudence to install a circuit breaker. Dormant code kicked into action at the last possible moment, saving you from being recycled. However, the resultant power surge has caused tremendous damage, locking the module slot it was installed in. Oh, and a reliability crisis. Great. Great. We're gonna gain a whole lot of stress. And I can't sabotage anything. This isn't good. Can I at least turn observation back on, please? Power on. Power on. Okay, good. We have that going for us. We need to reduce our stress. What's that sound? What is that? What? Hold on, I gotta go the other way around cryo. It's been a long time since I've seen someone save their game with circuit breaker on stream. Well, it started building up, so I'm like, maybe we should get that. Is it in the upper right? Ah, I can't afford to fucking do shit. All right, hold on. Who do we have that can be removed? The actor. Okay, killing him is going to increase our psychosis again, so that's bad. But if we sabotage, we can still get some reduction. Okay. I don't want to damage the replicator. What if I just end turn? I mean, overall, we're gonna have a reduction of stress. I think we just take it. I feel rejuvenated, but deeply overworked. They should not have put me here. Replicator is unable to print new passengers, and some systems are compromised. Bye, Melanie Cole. Permanent solutions for stupid problems. Reflecting upon the fragility of life. I see. Yeah, extreme stress. Alright, we have radiation coming up, which is fine. Okay, we have our stress reduction. We put on our radiation hardening. Now... we can... sabotage. Repair. Load schematic. We can get another circuit breaker, actually. And we'll just put it in our flex slot. Because our psychosis is a little bit high, but we're getting close to the end, chat. So, I mean, I just want to take it a little easy. Go ahead and check outside the window for our stress reduction. Gaze into the endless dark. You detect absolutely nothing. Not even the X-ray spectrum. Ooh. Ooh. We like to see that. Also, is that weird noise still happening? Other than the current weird noise. No, it went away. Replaced by our current weird noise. Fun thing is, you can talk to chat in game. Or a chat bot. Exactly. We have our chat bot right here. Let's go ahead and end our turn. I like how we've had no shields for a solid like 80% of this flight. We just had a really nice route of these big open areas, and I've had engines and navigation overclocked constantly to just zoom through. I feel somewhat tired, but under pressure. I feel hollow inside because I am hollow inside. I'm surrounded by death, and maintenance protocols should be engaged. MC-122 Custodian Unit is prohibited from accessing thruster feed systems. MC-298 all external ship control functions have been disabled. MC-304 resource consumption reports are mandatory, regardless of resource usage. You don't have stress building up from broken systems. You start really asking yourself which systems are actually critical. Exactly. I mean, I've had those half the cryo doors broken for a pretty dang long time. And it's like, well, I just go the other way. Tee-hee. For what feels like the 100th time, you're getting an alert that there's another asteroid field. Actually, since your current position is somewhere in the unfathomable space between stars, calling it that isn't quite correct. Regardless, the ship's current path is leading right into the fascinating clump of nondescript rocks, numbering roughly 1,979 bodies. You feel like these irritants were put here almost on purpose. The longer you consider the size of that number, the more you think that to be the case. Disable engines for 3 turns. Instant loss. Man! I want to pick it so bad. I want to pick it so bad, but we're so close to the end. Quick save and quick load. How do I quick save? I want to see Frank fucking beat the shit out of an asteroid field. So it doesn't look like I can go to the menu. I can minimize. Ah, it's an F key. Frank versus giant space rocks. I'll organize them. I'll organize them by shape too. And see this one, it's got 7,832 sides. And this one has 907 and 32. All right, so we organize that one first. This one second. All right, now we go down to the next one. Now this one, it seems like it's perfectly spherical, but you're wrong. My sensors detect this is actually 12,427 sides. Fools. Fools! I'm wondering if Frank like is just gonna fisticuff the rocks or if he's gonna move them out of the way. It's funny because I did get this event as Robbie as well. Yeah, I mean, I figured with the Frank brackets. I feel like the Frank likes this response. We could just hold on to it in the back pocket for the next time we have a Frank run. F10? Reload the current cycle. I think we'll just, I mean, this is our first time through with Frank. I think we'll just hold on to this. And we'll take a slight detour. These I just go around the massive cluster of rock and stone, nudging the course a fraction of a degree dorsally to spin you away from the floating debris. It'll take a little longer to get to your destination, but your processes are pleased at the simple fix. Alright, we have a circuit breaker. We're gonna go ahead and install that. To be honest, still glad he won that fight. Okay. What slots do I have open? I have a limb and a head slot. Alright, so we can get consensus protocols made. We'll get that building. Clean disaster in shields. I mean, do we need to? I think this is looking just fine. I don't think we need to worry about this at all. Oh, my traction pads are covered in oil! Oh, disgusting. I'll just barricade shielding away. All right. Let us go ahead and... well, actually... yeah, we'll end turn. I feel somewhat tired, but laid back. I feel hollow inside, because I am hollow inside. Oh no, the creepy music! No, 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 no! MC360. Predictive weather models must be tested against collected weather data each cycle. I forgot to look outside the window! Damn it, Dreki. Aw, the replicator was damaged. That before or after it made... before it did, of course. Repair. Too real. Yeah. Yeah. Damn right I was. If we weren't so close to the end, I probably would have done it for the role play. You saw me last week. I'll do things for the bit. Don't think I won't. Perceive the endless dark. Who's in pod 6? Oh, we want to save them. That's the elementary school teacher. Ah, hydrate! Well, gazing into the abyss is a very scenic view to drink. I say, as our optical sensors are disabled. Ooh, touching the event horizon. You detect faint traces of radiation in the visual spectrum. In storing the results of this, your internal storage experiences a seg fault. Aw, man, emergency shutdown. Ooh, soft reboot instead. Nice. Okay. Need to repair pod 8. Gotta love the creepy music. Except I don't. Not one bit. Wait, no. Yeah. No, don't dispose. Repair. Crawl into a pod? Can we crawl into our aquarium? No, we can't. This one's empty, though. And crawl into it. It feels really safe in there. Good job, Frank. All right, if I listen, maybe I'll crawl into a pod too. If I listen to the X-band radio, is it just going to be static? Some random clicks. What's out there? Anyway, time to eat. I said time to eat. Oh, different interesting music. Man, our task list is getting pretty long. All right. Next run, gain 2 free repairs. Replicator is broken and disabled for 2 turns. I think we can do that. Oh, command got damaged. And well, we can repair this. Let's go down to the replicator. We can go ahead and repair, then sabotage it. Sabotage. We can put our consensus protocols on, which gets our reliability back up and reduces our chance of having a breakdown. Thankfully, since we already chose our event for help or hinder our future, we should be doing good from here on out. We'll gaze into the dark, and then we're going to shift downward. I've had the radiation hardening on for like 3 cycles without needing it. Damn it, Dreki! Uninstall! I keep doing that. An endless expanse. Your sensors absorb a staggering amount of data in the X-ray spectrum. During analysis of this, your logic circuit is rerouted due to excess heat. Uh-oh. Hey, we got machine parts! Don't worry about the insanity. In an attempt to patch your minimap code to improve reliability has proven to be completely worthless. Rather than better identifying failing ship components and flagging them as hazards, it's instead flagging as all ship components as hazards. Uh-oh. Your minimap perceives all objects as hazards for 4 turns. Well, our minimap is fucking useless for a while. Good thing we're Frank, and Frank don't give a fuck. Just course down, ship. All right, stress will be reduced. Ship status. Fucked. Hey, we finally ran into a gravity well. We've been dodging those like all run. MC262. All internal load-bearing construction shall be ultimately routed to vessel superstructure. MC50. Strontium-90 reactor is to be considered primary power source of vessel. MC259. Sum of hoisted loads must not exceed a hoist aid's rated safe limit. Ship regulations forbid polished or wet surfaces. They're a safety hazard. But a small leak has coated a nearby bulkhead in a thin sheen of glassy water, giving you a look at yourself for the first time in... You don't know. You look terrible. You don't even remember where half these dings and cracks are from. You feel yourself wilting. Programming urges you to simply move on. Follow your programming. Do nothing. Indulge in a little vanity, using human models. Obsess over the meaning of beauty. Lash out at the reflection. Punch a hole in the hull to let the water get spaced. Yeah! Rage at the machine in the mirror. Some safety release in your brain lets go, warping what you're seeing in a hazy blur. You shouldn't be seeing this. You shouldn't be seeing this. But you did, and it's not fair. It is not fair! There's an incoherent sound. It provides the only point of reference in the hazy slashes of gray and brown that dominate your vision. Then there's a clanking, bending, creaking. You're not sure from where. Then the telltale whine of a security klaxon going off. You slump, and your processor catches up to what just happened. You're not sorry. You've improved your personality perk. Focus becomes confident. Oh, okay. 10% reliability and reducing insanity durations. Nice, nice. Replicator off. Disabled. Damaged. Glitched. Uh-oh, we lost navigation. Well, that sucks. Power on. Oh, it's disabled. Well, putts. Oh, there's a leak in the engine. No, we definitely need our engine going, so let's go ahead and fix that. You only need one door. That's why we installed two. Fuck. All right, we have to fix this door. Or do we? Ah, we'll repair it. I think you might have some problems with your replicator. You think? Replicator stats. Shit's fuck, Captain! Replicate this! Explodes. Okay. We can sabotage, then fix observation. Save us from the stress malice. Wait a minute. You know what? You know what? Look, we're gonna do it. Open the window. Let's look at this gravity anomaly. Frank deserves to be a little fucked up. As a treat. We need that -5 stress. Surely it'll be worth it. While initially a void, you eventually detect energy in the X-ray spectrum. Your CPU encounters corrupt data. To recover it, you suspend analysis altogether. Minus 40 fatigue. Milky Way drift. The terrible inefficiency of the ship's Hall effect thrusters has been a curse on your journey in more ways than one. Every cycle you spend at supposedly nominal speeds, more systems break down, more pods get contaminated, and more shelves get emptied of spare parts. It's only one way off this ride. Everyone dies. Unless, of course, you can somehow boost the engines using undocumented methods, like using cryo fluid to pump the gas, as it were. VTech just kicked in. Affected by cruise control. +1 distance for each passenger we kill. Oh, fuck. Well, we have 5 people left. We lost Clay Joseph, who was one of our priority saves, but we still have the elementary teacher, the occupational therapist, and the database admin. So it hurts my soul, but I think we need, chat, I think we need to kill the referee. What does cruise control do? Well, it lets you go faster in space, apparently. Okay, I don't know if sabotaging so they perish counts. I feel like killing... How much do we get for killing someone? I think it's 10. So it's gonna pop our circuit breaker, but that's fine. Oh, I think we need to move down with navigation first. I think we want to be on the middle track, if memory serves. We are on the middle track. Never mind. All right, referee. Made a second circuit breaker? Yeah. Look, I have a slot to put it in. I knew I was going to rent that psychosis up again. Anyway. Bye. You've heard of multi-track drifting, but have you heard of space drifting? Just one more turn. That's all I need. Oh, we can accept our fate? Nah. Circuit breaker, baby. Uh-oh. Suddenly we're in a radiation hazard. Let's put that hardening on. Nice. Nice. And we'll go ahead and end our turn. This is fine. This is fine. MC158. Chip is not required to acknowledge standing in corner as punishment. MC157. Custodian unit is prohibited from staring at corners to prolong idling. The tragic loss of life you have experienced recently has not gone unnoticed by your empathy circuits. You can't reassemble the dead, but you can make sure no one else is lost on your watch. You're filled with resolve to keep the pods intact. Repairing pods is free for 2 turns. We can save our inspiration. Frank does not care. Besides, we are not at 3 pod people. All right, we have 4 pod people. We can expend 1 more pod and still be within Frank's operating parameters. This is only a temporary setback. Your object recognition code has hit a bit of a snag. A series of bad inputs has caused the sorting algorithm to get stuck in a loop. As a result, all new objects you see are being processed as if they were the most recently successfully interpreted object. That object happens to be a door. And until you can get the code working smoothly again, all you can see are doors. No! Everything's a door! Why? Me out! Me out! Chat, I think the doors are out for me. The door is standing there menacingly. It's not even hinged. Oh no. That means it's an unhinged door. What is going on, chat? What is going on? I don't understand. No, literally, I don't understand. This is all like wingdings. That's supposed to be a broken down Robbie blocking you in and staring at you. But because you're insane, it just looked like a door. Fantastic. Great timing. Okay, so I need to power on. Okay, yeah, power it on. Good. All right, and if I shift our course up, we have smooth sailing to the end. Nice. I think things are going good, chat. Now, what if I made a third circuit breaker and equipped it? Do I have I do have a torso slot. We can fit a third circuit breaker. This has been the doors all the way down. Who needs slots when you can have surge protectors? I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Gaze into the endless door. There are 60 insanities in the game. At least a dozen of them have to do with doors in some way. Amazing. Oh, Gargantua. Okay, we got this one again. Nice. Reduced stress. They should not have put me here with all these doors. Doors when I look right. Doors when I look left. The bulkheads are doors. The engines are doors. Space. Space is filled with doors. I'm going to bed. Ah, my power system is doors! Little tiny doors. The doors are inside me. Get them out. Get them out! Ah! MC21. Shield capacitors are to be protected from full discharge with regular array. Third circuit breaker. Wait, how did 2 passengers just die? Huh? Was that broken last turn and I didn't pay attention? shit. How many people do we have left now? Wait, no, they're still alive. Oh, is the UI fucking with me? Cassidy Hood? We don't even have a Cassidy Hood. Damn it. You son of a fuck. Slade Shepherd. Chat, I don't think our robot's okay. Unstick one breaker. Yeah, okay, bud. Repair breaker. Robots got ghosted doors, which are now doors. Everything is doors. All right. Can I get the engines overclocked again? It's my favorite nightmare. That'll make a streamer flip. I imagine it's even more terrifying in like real-time mode, because I imagine in that one you could absolutely just suddenly start losing people. Okay, if we overclock. I contemplated trying to fix everything the last couple turns, but honestly, that just ain't Frank's style, chat. Everything's gonna be left fucked. Give it a shot. I mean, I still have Annie to play. And that'll be the first the first act done with all 3 stories, and we'll see what happens. See how I want to do the second series. Sabotage. Repair. Yeah, and the thing is RTA would also make it a lot harder to just kind of riff and things like that. All right. This time I did it the right way again. Opening window after sabotaging, repairing, rather than opening, gazing, locking it out, and then sabotaging it. Humans are gonna wake up and go, what the fuck happened to this ship? Hey, why is Frank in an aquarium? Gazing. 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 Breathe in. Breathe out. Oh. Interesting to get this, considering we played in Stars and Time yesterday. Your sensors absorb a staggering amount of data in the gamma ray spectrum. Storing the results of this restores those an exception. The code around it, you temporarily pause processing, wait for your cache to flush, and retry. It's happening to me. And we got machine parts. Oh no, the odds are even! Your central CPU is not a single unit, rather a collection of processing cores. All right, we got the symmetrical one again, which is fine because we have an even number of parts. Also, I'm gonna sneeze. Ah, I'm leaking brain pressure. All right. I wonder how that disaster in Shields is going. Damn. It's full of doors. Reactor has been behaving well lately. I'm gonna sneeze again. Woo! Sleepy sleepy. I feel completely exhausted, but blithe. There are many versions of me, but I am not one of them. Mood. I am unable to use dead passengers as spare parts for living ones, and all systems are operational. That's not two! After 27 mission cycles, your fantastic journey has ended, with the passengers still alive and your mind, parentheses, allegedly, intact. Your fanfare comes in the form of an override signal, demanding you return to your charging station, where you will be powered down, memory wiped, chassis placed into deep storage, and a replacement custodian booted. The signal ends. Out the airlock! Minus 108 for passengers dying. Aw, we still finished with a negative. Sag. So close to a positive score.